Hello there, I'm Mystic. Welcome to my new podcast where I have a new conversation with a guest every single day. And they all have some pretty passionate things to say about the state of the world. So join us today, subscribe, like, and share wherever you listen to us, and tell us your opinions. We may have you on the show. Oh, and remember, always have fun. Hi, everyone, and welcome to my show, Mystic. Thank you so much for listening. And today, as always, I am interviewing someone from around the world. Her name is Laura, and she is a waitress, and she is, more importantly, the mother of three boys. She lives in the western suburbs of Chicago. Welcome, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you
I'm doing all right.
amidst this madness?
Yes, in quarantine. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm so grateful, and our listeners are so grateful for your time. And we'd like to know how you are doing and how are the boys?
The boys are great. My oldest is moving back home from Arizona because with the quarantine and he's lost the jobs that he had right now, it's just going to be cheaper for him to move back in with mom, which is fine with me. He'll be helping me out. My middle one is still toughing it out in Arizona, and the youngest is enjoying quarantine, except he's
Oh,
bored
wow.
every other.
Oh my gosh. He's just relaxing, huh?
Oh yeah, he's still asleep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's wild. Well, it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. right now, so
Exactly. It's 1 p.m.
and so your middle son is has chosen and elected to stay in Arizona right now?
Yes, he's coming back for a visit on Thursday, but he's still staying out there. But he has roommates, and his job told him that they'll be able to start back up by the end of April. So we shall see. He's in sales, so we'll see if that happens or not.
Well, we're praying for him. Absolutely. I hope it
Mhm.
goes well for him. And how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I am waiting for my um, big phone interview with unemployment tomorrow so we can have with the judge so I can try to understand why it's taken so long for them to give me some unemployment. And I've been doing Instacart during my mornings to try to make some extra money. And I do takeout 6 nights a week to try to make some extra money. So working as much as I can.
Well, that must be very challenging. And prior to all this pandemic, I understand that you had a very long-standing position with Nordstrom's. Is that correct?
I did. I had that up until the summer of last year, but then I did leave that to do outside sales so that I could have a little bit more flexibility. And I enjoyed that so much. But I got laid off from there at the beginning of March. And then my two side jobs, which is bartender and waitressing jobs, of course, the governor shut that down mid-March. So I went from having three jobs to no jobs in a matter of weeks.
Oh my goodness. And you're a mother of three, and they're obviously depending on you.
Mhm.
So it must be super challenging. And so tell me, how is it going with Instacart? And explain exactly for those listeners who don't understand Instacart what it is.
I actually did not really give it thought until I was at work doing the takeout one night, and one of the other girls was saying that she made between $200 to $300 a day doing Instacart, and I'm like, "What? Tell me more." So it's an app, Instacart, and people can do their grocery shopping through it. They send their lists. Everything's paid through it. I joined. So what happens is I look the on their app and I see what orders are in my area. Like there's a Jewel right down the street from me. So I can see who's trying to get their groceries bought from where. And if I want to take it, it shows me like how much I would get paid from Instacart to take it, plus the tip that the customer actually puts on. So sometimes doing one shopping trip, you can make $35, $40. It takes about an hour and a half. You go through the list, you pretty much get the most you can. I was excited because I got toilet paper the other day for people, so I was like doing a happy dance. I know, I was like so excited because I like ran into this massive amount of toilet paper. So people were very happy with me. And so you fill the order. Everything's done through the app. You fill the order. If you can't find something, you just hit refund or replace with a like item and they approve it or not. And then you take it to their house and you pretty much ring the doorbell and leave it outside on the front porch. And you do it on your own time. So if I get up at 9:30 and my kid's sleeping all day, I can do it in the mornings, and kill a couple hours and make $100.
Wow, so it's really convenient for your current situation. And so then it sounds like it's safe for social distancing that we have in place, and you're able to
Right.
wear gloves. Can you talk to us
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I don't wear it in the grocery store. I feel it's been proven that you really shouldn't wear the gloves in the grocery store. I do it more when I'm actually delivering the bags, touching the bags and putting the bags in the car and stuff. But I've read a few things where they really don't say to wear the gloves in the grocery store. And lots of times in the grocery store, you'll see gloves like in the parking lot, just all over the place, which is just nasty. But everything is done, like not that much contact. And I'm one of the people, I think there's two people right now, and there's people that are very scared about catching this and don't want to leave their house. And then there are people like me who feel like I've probably already been exposed to it. And I just feel like I don't, knock on wood, get sick very often.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not scared at all.
So you feel that you are possibly a carrier, is what I hear you saying.
Maybe, or maybe I've had it and didn't even realize it, but I don't think I have. But I feel like the people that get this are the people that have a really hard time, when they get sick to begin with. I'm just one of those people that really don't get sick often. So, and when I am sick, I'm sick for maybe a day or something, and then it's done. So I just feel like you know what I mean? I feel like the people that should be most affected are probably the people with the lower immune systems, probably.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, but didn't they say, and I have to do the research, and obviously I ask all the listeners to do the research as well,
Mhm.
but I'm assuming like if you do have it or you did have it, and you're not sick from it, that you could possibly be a carrier, and that's not negative or positive. It's just a
Right,
possibility. Yeah.
right. And yeah, I feel like everyone has already been exposed to it. I mean, before this quarantine, I feel like it's been around. I know my friend who lives in California. She had it back in January. She knows she had it, and I remember she was sick for like 3 weeks. So I feel like everyone's already been exposed to it, and it's just the people that are going to get it. You know what I mean? Like some people just aren't going to get it like that.
Right, right, right. And so that's been um, interesting in the fact that the people who do get it and are carriers are not getting other people sick or can get other people sick and contingent on your immune
Right.
system. And that's based on what we've been, told in the media and whatnot. So nobody really understands or knows exactly what's going on. There's some stories saying that this was man-made. There's some stories saying that this
Right.
is natural. There's some stories saying you have to wear a mask, you have to wear gloves at all times, wherever you go. And now I don't understand this one. And I'm not sure if you heard, and I'm not sure if this is a rumor either. And if it is a rumor, I apologize to the listeners, but supposedly the governor of Michigan has said that nobody can plant in the entire state. Did you hear that one?
Really?
Yeah, you can't plant any,
No.
yeah, you can't plant any seeds. Um, Again, this is supposedly, okay? You can't plant any
Uh-huh.
seeds, especially not food.
Wow.
Yeah, and all the, Home Depots and Lowe's and whatnot, literally can get fined if they're found selling seeds.
Wow. I did not hear
Now,
that.
what the hell does that have anything to do with a
Right.
pandemic? I
I'm
have
just trying to think
no
about
clue.
that.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
that's scary, right? That's scary. But
Right?
am I scared? No. The thought of
No.
it, the idea of it is scary, but hello, we can get organic fruits and start saving our own
Hmm.
damn seeds
Right, that's true.
and drying them. Just go on Google, figure out how to dry seeds and start amassing seeds. Are these people nuts?
That makes no sense what you just said. I don't understand why they would say that.
Well, I it was a message that was sent to me. I did a little bit of research and, you know, again, I can't siphon through what's real and what's not at this time. At this very time,
True.
we're all in that state of flux, everybody.
Hmm.
And so when I saw that, you know, it brought a tear to my eye, if it's true.
Well, yeah, that's very extreme.
Yeah. That's about our rights being stripped away one by one. And part of
Hmm.
me feels like this is a test, but everyone's starting to wake up. I mean,
That makes sense.
yeah, I mean, I read some of your posts and some of what you were talking about, and I reached out because I feel like you have really important messages because you're on the you're out on the streets right now. What are you seeing? What are you
Exactly.
seeing out there?
Well, when you do go to the store, everyone has well, I wouldn't say everyone. I would say 80% of the people that you run into have masks on. Everyone is almost afraid to look at each other. You get a few people that and they'll smile, you know what I mean? But for the most part, a lot of people are even afraid to look at you. I feel like there's a lot of fear out there. When I do the takeout, like people are almost afraid to come in, and then you say, no, you can come in, let me get your food for you. And then it's like if there are other people waiting for their takeout, they are very good about like they space themselves like without even thinking about it. I feel like they're very spaced, but it's almost kind of sad out there right now. Like I always get a sad feeling like that with the people with the masks on, everyone kind of looking like scared. So many people scared. I went past the park the other day and the parks have yellow tape over it and it was a beautiful day out and it's just sad overall.
You mean yellow, like caution tape, like police tape?
Yeah, like you can't go in the
What?
parks. Yeah.
They actually
Yeah.
have police tape.
Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah, and it says parks closed. You can't go
you
in.
have to send me a picture of that because that's crazy.
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
But it's very sad.
so that's the sense of morale that you're picking up where you're at
Right.
in the
Yeah, definitely.
western suburbs of Chicago.
Right, definitely. And then there's a lot of appreciative people. Like I had a $23 order the other day and they gave me $200.
Wait,
So there's a
what?
lot of very,
Wait,
they gave me $200 tip. So, like that was awesome. There's people
wait.
like that
Hold
out
on. Let me
there.
get that straight, Coralie. Hold on. So they had an order and the total order was
Yeah,
$23. And when you left
yes,
the food, they gave you a
yeah,
$200 tip.
yes. And I feel
Wow, that's
like
great. Congratulations.
yeah,
That's
that they just
lucky.
appreciate and they get it, that they get it that a lot of us are out here because we have to be. Like, I would surely love to have a stockpile of money and sit in my house with my kids and not have to go anywhere, but that's not my life. And there's a lot of people like me, especially in the bar restaurant business, that we survive on tips. And for us to not be able to work, we have a lot of problems getting unemployment because we can't prove incomes and stuff like that. And we also, we live off our tips. And for all of a sudden to be told you can't work anymore, that just makes it really scary for a lot of us out there.
Right.
So I feel like people appreciate that they get that we need help. And if they have it, they're trying to help.
Yeah, that's such a profound blessing and I'm so happy for you and I pray that, obviously, this string of goodness continues to bless you and your boys' lives. because,
Thank you.
yeah, and I'm so sorry that during this global pandemic, you've, you have to do this to survive.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
so I acknowledge not only you, but all the people who are going through this. Because if you're going through this and you're one person, we're so grateful that you're sharing your story. But just like you, I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands of people right now all around the world, if not
Oh yeah,
millions,
definitely.
figuring out.
Honestly, I'm on a Facebook page with other bartenders and waitresses just in Chicago. And well, I have one for Chicago and I'm on one that's just all throughout the United States. And honestly, one of the scariest things I've seen are a lot of these women are turning to sites to sell pictures of themselves to try to make money.
What? Wait. They
Yeah.
told you?
Oh yeah, some of the girls have put up that this is how they're making their money now. They don't have any other way to make their money, so this is what they're doing. They're going on sites like onlyfans.com, sites like that where you can put up pictures of yourself and ask for money. And I guess do other things. I don't know. I'm not I'm not taking
Right.
that route,
Right,
but
right,
I do
right.
understand that some women that if I don't, I don't judge if you need money and that's how you're going to get it, that's the only way you can get it, then that's what you do. But
They
a lot
feel,
more women are doing it.
yeah, they don't feel like they have an option at this
Right,
moment.
exactly.
They have mouths to feed,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, they have, yeah, that's so sad. I had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Um and yeah, to close and feed, because and there's some owners and people who are renters. They're renting out their homes or renting out units or apartments or whatnot, and they're evicting people. There is an
Oh yeah, that's a
84.
constant fear for me. I couldn't pay my whole rent this month. I have it, but I did not want to give it all to this person because I still haven't got my unemployment approved. So I gave them part of my rent, but I still owe them. And I've been waiting forever for the governor to make an announcement or something about rent freeze or anything, but no one seems to be making any announcement like that.
Well, not where you're at, but Lightfoot did, the mayor did of Chicago, she did put a rent freeze. And I'm
Well, that's
surprised and
great for
shocked.
Chicago.
I'm surprised and shocked that it did not happen across Illinois.
Right.
Governor Pritzker. So,
Hmm.
you can call um
Hmm.
the governor, the
Right.
governor's office, and let them know what's going on, that this is ridiculous, it's unacceptable, and it should be frozen throughout the entire state, not just Chicago.
Right.
And there was a woman, an 84-year-old woman, like I was sharing earlier, is that she's getting evicted tomorrow.
I thought they couldn't evict anyone right now.
Oh, she's getting evicted. She got a letter.
Wow. See, that's what kills me. Like, that's what literally kills me because it's not like people have no choice. It's like, how could you make money happen when there's no income because the world is frozen right now? So,
And you still have to live. It's not like
right,
we're
exactly.
frozen
Like, I
along
could
with
give
it.
you all my money, but then who's going to pay the other bills and the electric and who's going to feed the kids? And yeah,
Right.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. It was shocking because I kept thinking to myself, what is this woman supposed to do? Where's she
Right,
supposed to go? What about all her belongings? And how could this individual who's putting her out do that?
right.
Because isn't this individual
Uh-huh.
going through trials and tribulations themselves? Obviously not. Not right now, right?
Right, exactly.
Not
Uh-huh.
not right now. And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, jeez.
People have choices, but there are
Right.
repercussions,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So yeah, it's a very interesting and precarious time that we find ourselves in currently as a nation. And I just say that, we all have to remain calm and breathe and trust that our
Right.
president knows what he's doing. We have to trust that. I mean, he's been giving us messages here and there, but
Mm-hmm.
it looks like he might be lifting this ban soon. I'm crossing my fingers and praying about that.
Right.
Um, and some major things happened. A lot of individuals that were preying on children in Hollywood, um, they've been arrested,
Uh-huh.
and all the sex slavery and all that, that's come to a halt. And some of these
Right.
big things is exactly what our president was trying to stop and get rid of people who were not having our country's best interest. And now more than ever, we have to come together and support each other in this time of need,
Yeah.
especially coming out of this. We have to support each other. That's the bottom line. And I don't
Right.
care what color, what creed, what culture, what, this or that. That was used as a tool in the old paradigm to separate us. Well, guess what? We've just stepped into a new world, and that paradigm no longer exists. It's not
You're
about what
right.
car you drive. It's not about what makeup or hair or this clothes, blah, blah, blah. All this crap was BS. It's about our humanity was stripped. And from that place of humility, we have to come together.
Mm-hmm. No, that's it.
So I don't know if you have anything to share with our listeners, anything else that you want to leave us with.
Just hope that my employment goes through tomorrow. Let's all hope for that.
That's good. Not just yours,
Yes.
everyone who's struggling with
Well, this
that.
is the first time in 49 years I've ever had to, I've worked since I was 15. I'm 49. This is the first time I've ever had to try to get unemployment, and to have this much of a problem getting something when you have so many people who live on it half their lives. Yeah, it's a little sore spot with me.
Well, whoever said no, I mean, that's kind of shocking, right? In the middle of
Right.
this
Well, since I
pandemic,
was,
they still
yeah,
said no. So, I mean,
right, exactly.
no, they're
Hmm.
crazy. And so they
Hmm.
they obviously have a job, right? So they don't have to worry
Right.
about it.
Right,
Wow.
exactly.
Yeah, and in the history of the globe, this has never happened. How about that?
Right. All
Like
these unemployed people. Yes, this is unbelievable.
right, right. Like in the
Hmm.
history of as long as we've been human beings,
Right.
it's never happened. Never, never, never.
Hmm.
So that's shocking. You'll be fine. You'll do well, and you'll have a little bit of the stress and the load off. Is my prayer for you, and my
Thank
prayer
you.
for everybody who's listening. I'm so grateful, and I send you and the boys a hug.
Thanks. Send it right back to you.
Of course, of course. Well, thank you, Laura Lee, so much for participating in this Mystic podcast. And to all the listeners, remember, united we stand. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, subscribe, and review. We will come at you with many more topics, and remember, united we stand.